everyone, this is Leanne tuning in with you for Youth-Centered Yoga. So tonight we're going to do a special practice. This practice is called Greeting the Sun, right? Like the sun in the sky. The first yogis were a people who revered the sun. So they built a lot of practices into their culture and society around like rising with the sun and being in tune with sun energy. And so like, what is sun energy? Sun energy is like shedding light, right? Like moving into a space of like, even if we're in dark times, which, you know, we've all experienced many of those over this last year, just like allowing some light to kind of come into those spaces, especially as we move into a new season. So this practice is like a very traditional yoga practice, and it's all about moving the body in a way to sort of synchronize or come into rhythm or harmony with feeling a little bit more vitality, feeling a little more lightness or brightness in our being. So we'll just kind of play with this, see how it goes. A practice like this is really good if you feel stiff in your body, if you've been sitting a lot, if you tend to feel, if you have any depression, right, seasonal or otherwise, if you have been indoors a lot. Gosh, this practice is like good for so many things. I won't keep talking. We'll just start and you can see how it feels for you because that's what's most important. I also want to say this practice is a little bit more moving than some of our other ones that we've done together. So just take care of your body and remember that all bodies are different, and that is wonderful. They're supposed to be. So your body might not move exactly like mine or like someone else's, and that's totally fine. The main rule is if what we're doing hurts, then it is not right, and you want to back out or do a different posture, choose something different for yourself. So just move and have fun and listen to your body. So I'm glad that you're here. All right, so we're gonna start in a mountain pose. So just standing in our own feet, little bit of space down between the feet, and let your arms come down by your sides. So just standing, noticing how you feel today, getting ready to practice greeting the sun. So if you really like this practice, then I suggest to do it at a time in the morning sometime. Like do it like right when you wake up and see how it feels. Okay, so we'll begin just noticing our breath with some movement. So we're going to inhale the arms forward and up. And like we're tracing the sun around our body, exhale and open your arms. And imagine there that you're tracing the sun around yourself. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, open your arms. We're just going to continue this way and go at your own rhythm and pace, right? So you don't have to go at my pace. Okay, keep moving this way. And, you know, this idea of like getting in tune with the sun is so interesting because, you know, it's literally, you know, why we're here. Everything on earth grows towards the sun. And because of the sun, it's pretty amazing, right? So it's a very interesting thing to think about and become in touch with. Good. Now we're going to reverse this movement. So inhale your arms out and up like you're tracing the sun up. And then like a sunset, let your arms go forward and down. Inhale your arms wide and up. And then exhale forward and down. Good. Just keep going this way for a moment. Just warming up. Good. One more this way. And forward and down. Coming back to your mountain pose, relax your arms. Good. And then from here, we're going to go into a sideways stretch. So bring your hands together for balance. Reach your arms up above your head. Stretch as long as you can through your fingers. And then lean over to one side. So going sideways in the body. Nice. Just noticing how you feel here. Breathing. And then come up. And you're going to take it sideways the other way. So with each posture, just imagine as you open up through the side, right, that you're bringing in space for whatever you need. Light, breath. Good, and then come up, reach both of your arms to the sky, and then let your arms just go down by your sides. All right, now twisting. Start by taking your arms out, and then just turn one way. If you don't have a lot of space, you could bend your elbows. Like I just ran into the wall behind me. You could bend your elbows and turn as well. And then come back to the middle, turn the other way. So you're just gonna turn your body side to side. Again, your arms can be straight or your elbows can be bent. Nice. Good, and then just come back to the middle. Let your arms go down. Awesome, good job. All right, now this next one is called standing sun breath. So bring your feet a little wider than your hips, hands together. Inhale, stretch your arms up above your head. Exhale, bend your knees, fold down over your legs. Breathe in, come up halfway, lengthen your spine forward, and then fold down as you exhale, release. Breathe in and come up, reach your arms overhead, palms meet. Exhale, hands down to the heart. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So inhale up, exhale, bend your knees, fold down. Make sure you're bending your knees and release. Inhale, hands to the front of the legs, come forward, and then fold down over your legs, release. Breathe in and come up, reach overhead. This is a standing sun breath or a sun acknowledgement or salutation, hands down. 1 more time. Inhale, arms up. So if you're doing this in the morning, you could do it facing towards the sunrise, facing towards the east. Come up halfway, inhale, and fold down, exhale. Come all the way up, reach overhead, palms meet. Exhale, relax, and just notice how that feels. You can get a sip of water, like me, get your hair out of your face. Good. All right, now we're gonna actually make that a little more complicated, okay? So we're gonna come into our mountain pose. I'm gonna turn sideways to show you this next part. So bring your hands together, stretch your arms over your head, take your arms wide like you're tracing the sun, fold down, make sure you're bending your knees. Good, step 1 foot back into a lunge and stretch your spine. Step forward, step your other foot back into a lunge, stretch forward, step forward. Good, stretch your arms out and up, reach over your head, and bring your hands down. Okay, y'all, 2 more times. We're gonna stretch up, reach up, trace the sun around you, bend your knees, come on down. Come up halfway this time, so adding that in. Step 1 foot back, lunge, stretch your spine, and then step forward. Step your other foot back, stretch your spine, step forward. Good, stretch up, trace the sun around your body, lift up, and then bring your hands to your heart. All right, just 1 more. I know it's a little hard. Come up, reach up, you're doing so good. And stretch forward and down. Come up halfway. Step 1 foot back, stretch your spine long, step forward. Step other foot back, stretch your spine long, step forward. Come all the way up, breathe your arms above your head, and then let your arms go down by your sides, coming back to mountain pose. So notice your temperature. Notice if you feel like you're a different temperature than you were before you started doing that. So I don't want you to, you don't have to feel a certain way. You might not feel a different temperature. However, sort of the goal of movement like that is to actually feel warmer, right? Like you start to feel like you're warming up a bit in your body. And what is the sun if not blazing hot, right? So when we do practices that warm the body, those are practices that can get us in touch with this sun energy, which is motivating. It helps us have momentum, helps us feel creative and energetic. Good. Okay. Now from here, we're gonna come into, I'm looking at my list. I had to write everything down to remember it today. Oh my goodness. So we're doing the standing wide leg forward fold. So take your feet out wide. Take your toes forward. Nice. And then come into a star pose. So we can stay here in a star pose. Right? So if this feels best to you, stay here. Or you could bend your knees, fold straight forward and down for a few breaths. Good. And just hold there, letting your spine relax. Just really letting go. And then inhale, roll all the way back up. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then step your feet back together. Nice. Okay. Tree pose. Okay. So if nothing else, right? Trees remind us how things grow towards the sun, how they're rooted into the earth, but how they grow up towards the sky, towards the sun. So we're going to do our tree pose tonight. If it's hard to balance, I recommend, I'll actually demo this way. You can come stand close to a wall. So put down one foot, turn out the other leg. You could start on either side, and you could stay like this, or try to put your foot below your knee or above your knee. Okay, and then from here, this is your tree pose, but you could try to balance and lift your arms up like branches. And if that's like, that's really hard, right? You could keep holding that wall. You could bring your foot lower on your leg. Good. And then coming out of your tree pose, we'll try the other side. So if you need to shake out your legs, you can do that. Press down through one foot. Start to lift the other leg. Okay. And then you could maybe reach your arms up like tree limbs. And take a few breaths, right? So, you know, the trees are our friends. What we breathe out, they breathe in. What they breathe out, we breathe in. So we have this beautiful relationship. You can use this pose to just honor that relationship and that exchange. Good, and then release. Ooh, that was a long one. Sorry, y'all. Okay, now from here, coming into breath of joy, which we've done before. So stepping the feet wide, we'll do it a little differently. You're just gonna bend your knees. Inhale, reach up, palms forward. Exhale, forward. Inhale up. Inhale up. Two more. One more. Inhale up. Let your arms go down. Nice. All right. Last movement for coming into this sun energy. Step your feet back wide. Turn one of your legs to the side, and then whichever leg you turn, bend the knee. Take your arms out. This is called Warrior 2. You're going to lean towards the back leg, and then you're going to lean towards the forward leg. Okay, this is our last standing pose, so if you're feeling a little tired, that's okay. We're almost finished with this part. Next is just the relaxing part. Good, moving here. Make sure you're breathing, don't hold your breath. Good, and then come up, turn all toes forward. Good, okay, turn your other leg out, bend that knee. Take a moment and just try to feel stable here. Again, you could use the wall to hold, and then arms out. Lean back towards the back leg. Lean forward towards the bent leg. So the bent leg is the forward leg. Good. Lean back. Lean forward. Keep moving this way for a few breaths. and then come up and release. All right, slowly step your feet together. And we're gonna lay down on our backs. So come down. You could lay, if you prefer to lay like on your bed, something like that instead of the ground, that's okay. I know the ground is far away. Okay, take your arms into a T position. Bring the knees into the chest. Slowly let your legs go over to one side and see if you can just relax your body here for a moment. And then inhale your knees back to center. Start to let your legs go down to the other side. And take a few moments here. Inhale your legs back up. Come to center here. And then we're going to come into our most important posture, Shavasana, or the relaxation pose. So maybe you could lay with your back on the ground and your knees bent, feet flat like this. You could also stretch your legs forward. If it's more comfortable though, you could always roll and relax onto your side. Okay, so I'm going to sit up, but go ahead and find a comfortable resting position. And if you're not comfortable, you might need to grab a pillow, or, if you feel cool, you could grab socks, something like that. And then the goal in this posture is to just relax. And possibly if you feel comfortable, you may be able to choose stillness. So see if you can lay relaxed and still for a moment. And I'll share a short reading here to bring us into this relaxed position. Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor. Now you could continue resting here if you are tired today, or you feel like you want to just be here for a while longer. You could just stay. Or if you have things to do and you want to get up, go ahead and take a moment to sit all the way up. And I hope if you enjoyed this practice or found it interesting or found some benefit, that you might try it again with the sun coming up in the morning. And it's okay if you wake up later. If you're like a person who gets up at 11, no worries. That's okay. That's still when you wake up, right? So that's kind of like your personal sunrise, okay? So thank you so much for being here. Peace to all of you, blessings and well wishes. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.